Black people want to be left alone. They don't want revenge. They don't want to replace us, as some extremist groups have said. They just want to live life in peace, the way they want to live. They want family, they want love, and they want to live in a society where they know they belong here. They want society to also know that they belong here. They want to walk out their door and not worry that they're going to be treated unfairly, or they're going to get that look like they're not welcome, or that someone's going to try to touch their hair like a zoo animal. Yes, they want they want white people to fix white problems of prejudice and ignorance and all the ways that a wrongful sense of superiority is baked into our society. Yes, they want that to change. Yes, they want acknowledgement for harms done. They don't want us to just explain things away or justify or gloss over things without really listening. But more than anything, they want to be themselves, fully express who they are, love who they are, be with their family, and live in peace. That's it.
I can honestly say that I truly, truly appreciate the Black community and being in support of understanding what the Asian community is going through. Mainly because we don't deserve your kindness. Like, we don't deserve the amount of gratitude, the moral support, the kindness that you have provided us on all levels of platform when it comes to being so relatable. Simply because of all of the racist shit that you guys have endured from our community in its own. You don't deserve it, because even coming from a family of immigrants, like, for our family to come here to the States and to either piggyback, hop on, ignoring all of those things and not acknowledging a problem of us being racist to Black Americans, but immigrating from a whole nother country and then just developing a whole racist mindset because of what white Americans have planted is freaking insane. So we don't deserve your guys' kindness. We don't deserve this. So when I say that I'm truly, truly appreciative and I really, really do admire the amount of support that we have been getting, I truly mean it. For a while now, I understood that even for myself that I have appropriated Black culture, and however that may look, right? As simply as being given permission from some of my Black friends to use the N-word, to talking, dressing, and just really trying to find a way to be actually accepted by the Black community because my own community wouldn't accept me.
I've been trying for a while now to figure out how to talk about something that's been on my mind, and recent events, I think, finally pushed it up. What I want to say is that racism is a white people problem. A white people problem that others are forced to live with. As a white man, I've never had to be afraid of being pulled over by the cops. As a white father, I've never had to have that special talk with my kids about not looking wrong or saying the wrong thing to a cop for fear that they wouldn't come home again. I've never had to worry about being turned down for a mortgage because of the color of my skin or where to go jogging. Never had to worry that I could be scooped up by ICE just for looking like I might belong to the wrong group, even though I was born here. I've never committed the misdemeanor crime of selling cigarettes. But if I did, it wouldn't be a capital offense. These are things that people of color have to deal with every stinking day. These are things that white people allow, that white people cause. I think I'm finally ready to talk about it now because of the state that our country's in, the permission that Donald Trump has given for racist behavior, and the hope I recently felt when I saw the latest poll numbers. For reasons that never made sense to me, Donald Trump has gained support in nearly every demographic when he won his last election, including non-white communities. But now, recent polling suggests that just about everybody is finally seeing him for what he is. They're seeing his racism, and the racism emanating from this administration like stink from a skunk. And they're saying it's not okay. He's lost everything that he gained, and then some, among all these groups. Well, every group except one. That one group is white, non-college educated men, the last stronghold of Trump's race-based politics. Polling indicates that a majority of this group is still standing solidly behind Trump and his policies. Unfortunately for them, they're not going to be any better off under Trump's policies than anybody else. Maybe one day they'll realize that their racism isn't worth what they're losing. And maybe the rest of us will realize something too, that racism is a white people problem, and it's up to white people to solve it. It's up to white people to call it out among their coworkers, their friends, and their family. It's up to white people to be the loudest and proclaim that racism is no longer acceptable in American institutions. It's up to white people to make sure that we're not voting for the racists.
The first bullet will not be for the black man, but for the white traitor that sold out his people. That is a quote often attributed to this man, a well-known white supremacist terrorist in South Africa aiming to maintain the apartheid system. And so while the attribution is quite frankly very difficult to find, and it doesn't directly literally apply because bullets have been flying in America the past 250 years against black and brown people, the sentiment is very clear, which is that while white supremacists, especially those that identify and theorize as such, maintain hatred and want separation or oppression of those they see to be racially inferior, their primary immediate political targets are those they deem to be white traitors. Because in white supremacist minds, and in fact white supremacist societies like America and South Africa, white people hold the power. And the most important thing for a white supremacist is to maintain the solidarity of those that hold power. The elites understand this. That is why rich people have solidarity amongst themselves. And they are willing to enforce this solidarity with violence. That is what is being seen. It is not just an expansion of the stochastically violent terrorists put on the street, but it is a part and an effect of those terrorists being hired by the state, those violence workers, that organization being penetrated actively so by white supremacist organizations like the Proud Boys, like Identity Europa, like Christian Identity, and like the KKK, whose primary call to action is not to enforce racial separation. That was theirs like 60 years ago, 70 years ago. They will leave that to the system they want to change. Their primary immediate call to action as a small group of privileged and very violent individuals is to start enforcing the solidarity amongst white people so that we either stand in line while they shift the system to be more openly oppressive, more openly violent, and more openly racialized, or we see ourselves as next. So if you don't want to stand in line, if you don't want to fall in line with the white supremacist terrorists, you better start identifying a hell of a lot more with those oppressed by the white supremacy, those oppressed by the racial superiority, those oppressed by the American empire, and then focusing on maintaining the privilege that they grant you. And that is the shift, because you genuinely will become a race traitor. And that is not a slur, that is a fucking compliment. Because anything other than a race traitor in a white supremacist society is a white supremacist.
I would ask my people of color to stick with me for just a minute because I want to ask you a question. I'm probably going to sound really stupid. So please, if anything I say sounds offensive, it's not meant to be offensive. It's because I'm learning and I don't have the correct vocabulary. So if you haven't followed me, I'm an attorney. I've worked in the criminal justice system. I know there's systemic oppression. I have seen it. I have fought against it. I have children who are biracial, and I have seen how people look at me when I walk into the store with my daughters versus without my daughters. I've seen it. I know I only have just the slightest idea of what my people of color have gone through over the years, but I know that it's real. But I also know that I don't know very much because I was raised the privilege that this skin and my blue eyes allowed me to have. And school was easy for me. So, I didn't have trouble in school. So I was able to be educated. All the privilege that comes with that I now acknowledge that I didn't even know what it was until, really I started opening my eyes to it in Black Lives Matter. And realizing how bad systemic racism is across the board. But I have an idea, and again, I'm probably going to sound stupid because I bet you guys have known this for centuries, that the reason that Black people especially and have been persecuted is I think you guys have some stuff that we don't have. I mean, I think you may have some power, I don't know what else to call it, spiritual closeness, something that I've been a person of faith my whole life, and I love Jesus, and I've always sought after Jesus, but my whole my whole religious foundation is crumbling because I'm seeing all the lies in the church. I still love Jesus and what he taught, but is there a place you guys could point me to try to read about that, to learn about that? Am I off base, or I know I'm probably so late to the party, and y'all probably are gonna think that I'm ridiculous, but I want to learn. I want to do better, and I can't do better unless I learn better. And I want to learn for my friends and for my country and for my children. So if there's truth to that you guys know of, that there's somewhere you can point me books or somebody to follow or study, I want to try to learn to see, why is it that Black people have been singled out for hundreds and hundreds of years? Y'all got something special that they're trying to take away? I think that may be part of it. Do I sound crazy? I don't know anymore. The world has seemed so crazy that I'm questioning everything, but really there's got to be a reason, and it's got to be something that you've got some power that they want to take away, right? Or is it something else? Tell me if I'm off base. And I know it's not your job to teach me. I know it, but I do need some help getting pointed in the right direction, because I have no idea where to even go to research this. So,
there comes a time in every human's life where it hits them, the truth and everything that has been hiding at the back of their minds. It comes to light. Everything that has been done in darkness comes to light. Now, white people for a very long time have been dismissing the feelings of Black people. They have been behaving as though they are one people that do not care about the other races, and especially the Black people. When Black people complain about something, they use the reverse psychology of, you must have done this for you to earn this. Yeah. They have made the lives of Black people miserable, horrible, just the worst thing you can ever want to experience in life. And they have done it way too much that the person that was used to complaining, speaking up, because we were told, when you feel like you are so broken, when you feel like things are not going so well and how you want them to be, and you know that it's wrong, you complain, you raise alarm, you talk about it, you let people understand your pain. Yeah, the Black person has done that for a very long time. They have complained, they have cried, they have been on every platform possible to talk about these things that are happening to them. The white people did not listen. White supremacy was the order of the day. They looked down on the Black people. They made Black people look as though they were mad people, Nobody believed them. Nobody believed anything they said. They were being gaslit every place, left, right, and center. Nobody trusts anything that comes out of the mouth of a Black person. And once these Black people decided that enough is enough, they need to take a backseat and to let it all just be, and especially after the elections, where they knew for a fact that this person has been elected to make their lives horrible. They had complained prior, they had talked about it, they had said everything, their fears, how this person is wrong for the whole of America. It was not like they were doing it from a selfish point. They were doing it for every other person, Black people always talk in the sense of us as human beings, yeah? This guy is wrong for us and all of us, not just the Black people or any other race. This person will do this and that. This person will make life harder than it is already. This person will make us cry every single day. This person will make us homeless. He will take away everything that we have. He will make us suffer in ways that we cannot imagine. Who listened? They did not. They did not. And they did that because they knew that this person hates the black people just as much as they do. So they knew if they put this person in leadership, the black people are doomed. Their lives are at the verge of just collapsing. Everything that they have worked so hard for is going to collapse in a single minute once this person is in power. And what do? They decide that they're going to do exactly that because they hate black people so much, so hard, that this was the right thing for them to do. For some of them, the only motivation that made them go ahead and vote this guy in was to punish black people. And they knew they were safe because the guy is white anyway. They will be safe. They will be taken care of. Their interests are well taken care of. They have always been. The guy is a racist, so it means them they're okay because their color is good, yeah? They used their privilege wrongly. White supremacy, they used it very wrongly. Not to help the other people, but to make sure that they diminished them even more. Tables have turned though, and this is not supposed to be good news, but it is. When someone has done all that kind of stuff to you, and then something bad happens to them, I mean, it's very just humanly to feel the way that we are feeling about this. It does not hurt. It feels more like let them learn a lesson. Let them learn what the black people have been going through for ages. Let them have an experience. Maybe, just maybe, they will have a learned lesson and do better next time. They are all over the place crying, and I see them. Tears everywhere. They are unable to afford food. Poverty was a thing for black people, according to them. They never imagined that one time they would be on the receiving end of injustices, of being discriminated, yeah? The person they elected only cares about himself, his stomach, his family, and his billionaire friends. If you are not in that category, then sorry, not sorry. He doesn't care about you. Now they are in shock, and when you watch the video, you just can see that these are people that are waking up from a certain kind of slumber that they have been in for all their damn lives. They behave as if they did not see this coming. Well, they did not, but they were told, they were warned early enough. But they decided that they're not going to be part of that. And now, unfortunately, they are forced to be part of it. And to even think that they have the nerve to now call on black people and ask them to support them is crazy. And I think people have guts, you know. I have seen a lot of things in this world, but I think there are people that have audacity, bigger levels of audacity than the rest of us. Because what do you mean? You're going to the same people that you betrayed willingly. It was not a mistake. You wanted it. That is exactly what you wanted. And everything that you're going through right now is because you wanted it for the black people. And now when it's happening to you, we are supposed to feel sorry. We are supposed to cry with you, to sympathize. to join you and start running on the streets, demonstrating, and it's crazy. It's crazy that that is what they think black people are going to do, They speak from a point of privilege, because how dare you call on black people that you betrayed knowingly? And they say it in such a way and manner that it's their expectation that black people should just join in, yeah? Black people should see this video and be like, wow, white people are going through this. No, it's wrong. Let us join them. Let's fight for them. I don't want to make this video dramatic. Guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please make sure that you do. And this is an evil smile, but sorry. New subscribers, thank you so much. I see you and welcome to the family. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you like it a bit too much, give it a super thanks. I will see you on my next video. So bye for now.